Hello again, Kimberly Stratman coming to you from Texas. I am the owner of To The Point Coach. I serve high-performing women, trying to help them get out of survival mode while keeping their edge. And I also help first responders retire.
And I'm Monica Eaton, back again from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am the owner and CEO of 50 Fierce and Fit, where I help female first responders lose extra fat, gain confidence, and thrive within their law enforcement career.
Sounds needed. What do you want to help us with today?
So I figured we could dive into some fitness tips to get y'all started on a plan. I know it's problematic for most of you who want to start working out, but just simply don't know where to start as far as walking into a giant gym and possibly being intimidating by other people or just a bunch of machines staring at you. So I have a couple tips to get you going. Basically, my first tip would be just get yourself moving for 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. That can be walking with the family, walking the dog, just any sort of leisurely activity to get yourself moving. If you're already at that point, you can start to work in some more intensity, make it longer, or add in some body weight exercises. I know we mostly go through the police academies or fire academies where you're doing a lot of air squats, lunges, push-ups, things like that. You can start to work that into your 30 minutes 3 times a week. You can always add an extra day. You can always add in some running. And then, of course, if you have some dumbbells or any sort of weights or equipment at home, you can start adding some strength into that routine. So that looks like adding a strength piece at the beginning, being squats, pressing, any major compound lift. Then you add in your cardio piece, which would be anything that gets your heart rate up for at least 15 minutes a day. And you can take any of those exercises and movements, vary them up, mix them up, so it's something different every time as far as what the workout is, and then also the time domain. And if you start out with that, you should have a pretty good foundation to get you going as far as improving your overall fitness and making sure that you're able to meet your job demands and not feeling like you're out there getting super winded after a foot pursuit or a ground fight or any of those situations where your fitness is absolutely needed to make sure that you stay healthy and you stay alive at the end of the day. So if you're timid about getting started, you can message me for help. I'd be happy to help you and point you in the right direction.
And Monica, I would think that if they take these tips that you just offered them and you combine them with the tips that you offered in our first video, really help get our first responders moving towards success.
Yes, adding fitness and nutrition is really the basic part of the pyramid, if you will, as far as starting towards improving your health. Adding in that fitness and the exercise would be step 2 to that. So it's really tough for some people who want to work out but don't want to focus on the diet because you're probably not going to see the best results from that method. So definitely having a good foundation of nutrition will help to give you more benefit from adding in the exercise and the fitness aspect to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good points there. So what I wanted to share on this video is a little bit different. You're going to handle the physical and the nutrition aspect of surviving and thriving, because that's our goal, is thriving. And I'm going to handle something a little bit more on the mental emotional side. And I would like our women, and like we said in our first video, the women that I serve are high performing women. We've had to fight to get our job, fight to keep our job, fight to look like we know what we're doing when we actually know what we're doing, and we're very proficient and very professional, and we can do the job. But it's been a kind of a struggle a little bit, and we've realized that that doesn't help us in our personal life. So what I want to just point out some questions that each of us can ask ourselves is, whatever the issue, whatever the stress, whatever the fight is it really mine? So if Kimberly has an issue, Kimberly needs to think, is this really my issue? Is this my fight? Is it something that's worth my energy? What is my goal? If I were to win per se, what have I won? What have I accomplished? And it's really important to think about that, because oftentimes if we're always used to fighting, we just fight. And we realize, well, I don't really even care about the outcome, or I'm not going to benefit from the outcome. Who's going to benefit from the outcome? And who's going to pay a price in the process of that? So I want people to realize, I want our ladies to realize that you don't have to fight. There's something very, very calming and relaxing and healing and realizing, yes, that might be a problem. Yes, that could be an issue, but it isn't mine. It's not my fight, and I don't need to put my energy towards it. And it's kind of like picking your own battles, choosing your own battles, and then having the mental and emotional energy to appropriately address the situation. Notice I didn't say fight, I said address the situation. So that's the first thing I think that our women can start doing is realizing, is it my fight? Is it my battle? And I know professionally that there are things that we don't always have the option of not fighting or you know, saying, no, not my circus. But in our personal lives, and then some in our professional lives, we do often have that option. So that's what I would offer our viewers today.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I can definitely, my wheels are already spinning of how I can apply that to my life and some of the things we get wrapped up in when we realize it's not beneficial for us to stress over some things that really may not be within our control, I think. But we
Absolutely.
try to control them sometimes when we don't need to.
Yeah, we tell ourselves a story that if I know the bad and if I prepare for it, I'm going to be fine. And then we just spend all this time getting these pathways in our brain that go negative as opposed to positive. So we want to do when we have the option is move towards positive as opposed to negative. So could you remind us all how to get a hold of you?
So you can find me on Facebook by name by Monica Eaton. You can search my Facebook group, which is 50 Fierce and Fit group, 5 spelled out -0. And also on Instagram by the same spelling, 50 Fierce and Fit. And what about you,
Okay.
Kimberly?
So I have a website called tothepointcoach.org. That's tothepointcoach.org. And I have a website for our women. It's, here it goes again, bold, and then that sign, that the ampersand
Ampersand, yeah.
sign, bold ampersand brave women. And yes, and so there will also be emails and phone numbers attached to those that people can get a hold of us also. So we would love for you to go to our sites and look at stuff. And we would also like to know, what can we do to help you? What questions do you have? What topics would you like us to cover? Because we're going to do these videos for quite a while. And so we want them to be helpful for you. We want them to be engaging for you. We want you to know that you matter and that you are worth the effort. And you will hear both of us say repeatedly the word thrive, term thrive. So that's very important.
Yep. You can thrive. You can do whatever you set your mind to. And you have 2 women here who want to support you in your journey. So
Yes,
we are
absolutely.
your resources. Use us.
Yes. So we will talk to you in a couple days. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Thank you.